Liverpool's pre-season tour of the US isn't the only sporting event that has been going on the last couple of weeks. Don't know if you've noticed. I know you've been keeping up with the Olympic Games, and I thought we'd play a little game of our own. So rather than just going through...
You haven't prompted us on this, come on.
I haven't. Rather than just going through the winners and losers, because that's boring, of Liverpool's pre-season tour, we're going to...
upset them, which has been known in the past, hasn't it?
Yes.
We're
that
going...
me that did that, though. I mean, I wrote it, but somebody else put... Anyway, go on.
We're going to hand out medals to the three most successful players from this pre-season tour. So you're going to each give me your gold medal, your silver medal and your bronze medal for three players who have impressed you most on this tour, or who've done the chances of sort of factoring prominently under Arne Slot no harm over the last few weeks. And you're also going to give me the person who didn't finish. You know what I mean? They've been disqualified. It's not looking good for them. I know you're both probably going to say Endo, but only one of you can say that, so one of you will have to think of another one. Theo, we'll start with you. Who's going to get your gold, silver,
bronze first, surely.
Okay, yeah, go on. Your bronze medal.
That makes it hard to work out. Well, it's easier to go in
bought
first.
Ourselves a bit of time. We'll talk about the worst one. I mean,
okay,
worst experience. It's got to be Endo, hasn't it? Not through really... He had one bad half, didn't he, against Betis, but it's more the fact that he's not been starting the games predominantly. And I think that's the worry for him. That kind of gives you the impression that possibly Slot isn't that sold on him, although I have to say, obviously, Liverpool turned down a bid from Marseille, although I think that's, again, more to do with the value and the fact that Liverpool would have absolutely zero number sixes in the squad, so that would be a bit daft to do that. But, yeah, I'd say Endo is the one who kind of... He did really well to qualify for the final, but he kind of just... He got out the blocks too early and he false started.
Yeah, like that British guy who got disqualified for a false start the other day.
Yes, exactly like
that. Theo?
If I'm not allowed to say Endo, I'm going to go for someone who's not even on the tour, and that's Bobby Clark, just because we know there's been the rejected bid for him, and I think that they've said they want to have a look at him in training, but that's limited time to assess him. He had a really good breakthrough season last year, took his opportunities, but when the new management have been looking at all these younger players and they've come out and said, oh, this has been a great opportunity to look at these younger players, injury has denied him that opportunity. Obviously there's a lot of competition there and it doesn't look like many of the youngsters or fringe players will have a chance to be prominent members of the first team squad, but it puts him at his disadvantage going into the new season. And while you can raise eyebrows at the possibility of him moving on, the fact that the word was, they would consider at least 12 million, it seems that it's more open a door than we'd have previously thought. We'll wait and see, because he is obviously a very talented player and you would want to see him stick around, but there's so many players, younger players now, that you'd say, they're really good, we'd like to see him stick around. Then the squad's too big. So he's one of the losers just because he hasn't been able to be fit enough to take a chance of any opportunity.
Yeah, sticking with you then, who's getting your bronze medal?
Bronze medal. I'll go Carvalho just because he's had a really good summer, but he's still probably not going to be part of the first team in terms of all the attackers that are back, players playing number 10 ahead of him. It doesn't matter how well he's done, it's still probably not going to be enough.
Doyley?
Conor Bradley, I reckon. I think he's been, from what I've seen, he's been really good, and he certainly doesn't look like someone who's going to have... I know it's not his second season at Liverpool, but certainly second season as a established first teamer, second season syndrome. So I think he's been quite good. And he's linked up quite well with Salah as well.
What about Silva?
Probably Kwanzaa. I think he, again, this time last year, he was just finished on the tour where I was out in Singapore, and you saw him, then you went, he looks fairly good, actually. You know, he looked fairly good in the company of he played against Bayern Munich and Leicester. And since then, he got into the first team and he's not looked back. So I think he's now an established first team option and he could easily start the season.
Yeah.
I was going to say Kwanzaa because he looks like he could be first choice now, but then I've got another couple.
You can give it to Kwanzaa if you'd like.
I've got another couple of names in my head though. So I reckon I'll go Mo Salah just because he's had a really good summer. There may be doubts over him in terms of how he finished last season, the injury going, is this the start of a natural decline? But he's captained him throughout the summer. He's got a goal, he's got 2 assists. He looks electric. He looks really good health, really good fitness, and he's going to burst into life, isn't he? He's going to have another great season if this is the early signs, the evidence to go. And then as well as he plays this year, that will present more of a question on, do you give him a new contract? But yeah, he's been a real winner from this tour so far. A
bit like that Noah Lyles who won the 100 metres last night. People have been doubting him, hadn't they, going into that race, and he proved them all wrong. by winning with a photo finish at the end there. Theo, we'll stick with you. Give us your gold.
Harvey Elliott. He's had a great tour as well. He finished last season really strongly. He was first choice in that midfield. And the way he's been this summer, he's going into it as first choice in midfield for me as well. He's really perfect for that number 10 role. He's linking up well with his teammates. He's getting assists. He's going to have a good season if this is the early evidence of it.
Doyley?
Harvey Elliott.
Harvey Elliott. Sounded really emotional about that then.
Elliott.
Did you enjoy that game? I thought it was quite inventive myself.
Was it?
Yeah.
Well, you know.
It saves us going through the other 38 members of the squad, doesn't it?
Who got knocked out in the Heath then? There you go, put it on you.
Well, I think Bobby Clark's probably a good shout, isn't he? And maybe Joe Gomez, because he's not made it on the tour, because he's obviously been having his extended holiday. And
that's not his fault, is it?
No, but
hang on, he was part of the England squad.
Sometimes, though, players in the Olympics, players don't get the chance to fully show what they can do they? Whether that be because of injury or so.
Other ones are like Kay Gordon's, Lewis Kumas, the players who haven't played that much out there.
I suppose Kay didn't play.
Yeah. And that sort of suggests that they'd let him out on loan, but the fact that Ben Doak now seems like he might go out on loan.
Yeah.
It's maybe they just want the senior players. The youngsters are going to have to.
I'll let you ponder all of that.
Thanks.
Just moving on then.
Just
finally.
press the red button to watch our
podcast. We're going to cut away now. The Cavalry are returning. We saw 6 sort of outfield players return yesterday. Alisson Becker's returned today. Just give us a final little summary of what is to come for Liverpool this week as they gear up towards the start of the new season.
Well, they will obviously be training from tomorrow. Slot and the rest of the squad are back. And then they're building up to the game on Sunday, against Sevilla. It's 12:30, isn't it? What a stupid time to play.
What time's your gig finish the night before?
Oh, probably about 11:15, 11:30.
Hey, you'll get enough sleep in there.
Yeah. And then that's in front of all the fans who will be there to see
your gig.
Yeah, my gig. Al's Nest,
hang on, just where can you just
I
give
just
us
said Al's Nest, Haydock, turn up.
What's your band called? Give it a proper plug. And what can people expect?
Some of the songs to be played properly.
I want to see you on the big stage outside Anfield for the pre-match stuff on the match zone before the game.
A bit of Jamie West.
It's a bit cold there, though, doesn't it? Let's be honest.
It's August. It'll be fine here, though, won't it?
It's like so cold for those people when it's raining. I feel a bit sorry for them. They earn the money if they get paid. I'm assuming they do. Otherwise, they won't be getting up there for nothing. So they're playing Sevilla on Sunday at 12:30, which is a bit of an odd time to play a friendly, in my view. And then everybody goes home, and then some more Liverpool players turn up at 5 o'clock at Anfield, and then they play Las Palmas, and a behind closed doors friendly. But hopefully, the Echo will be there.
If not, we'll be at home.
In some way, not all of us, in some way, and we will be covering the game, so you can follow it on our website if you can't catch it elsewhere, which unless you have LFC TV, you won't be able to.